And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Papago Park in Phoenix. Ton Garbison for Southwest Sports Network, and it's play-by-play coverage in the 2016 MLK Classic. And we're underway in an Underclass Division pool game, and it features the Evans Pressure Elite and the Grizzlies. And underway here in the top of the first inning, it's Isaac Rinaldi leading off for Evans Pressure Elite. Final pool game for each of these two teams. It's a four-game pool play situation, and then they'll advance either to the championship bracket or a matchup game. So Rinaldi, the leadoff hitter, ready, and the next one on the way. And that's low and away for a ball. Three balls and a strike to the leadoff hitter for Evans Pressure Elite, as Marty Herrera gets the start tonight for the Grizzlies. And that pitch will miss for ball four, and it's a leadoff walk to get things started for Evans Pressure Elite here in the top of the first inning. Rinaldi goes to first base, and the batter will be Jake Jarvis. And the first one to Jarvis misses outside for ball one. So it's Jarvis batting second, as Evans Pressure Elite will bat all 13 players in tonight's pool ball game. Zachary Frost will bat third at shortstop. Robert Stinson, the cleanup hitter, plays second base. As the next one is low for a ball, and it's 2-0. Hitting fifth in the order is Alex Papa. Nick Graves bats sixth. Josue Fausto is seventh, and Ben Strang eighth. Will Schneidwinder bats ninth. Hitting 10th is Alex Weremy. Then Corey Vollmer, Connor Woods, and Ben Kalick round out the order. Runner takes off. Breaking ball is high and away. The throw to second base. Close, but just a bit late. Still on base for Rinaldi as he works his way into scoring position. Didn't think the catcher for the Grizzlies, Ben Kozik, was going to have a chance at all, but he came up firing and turned into a close play. It was breaking ball away, had to kind of reach out and then pull the ball back across his body to be able to throw to second base. And again, surprised he got it there as quick as he did and made it as close as he did. And pitch over for a strike to Jarvis. 3 balls and a strike to the left-handed hitting catcher. Herrera, the right-hander, tugging at his cap as he looks in for the sign. Now he's ready, and he'll check back to second base. And the 3-1 pitch. And just able to lay off his Jarvis. The pitch is low, and it's back-to-back walks to start the top of the first inning. Rinaldi at second after the walk and a stolen base, and now Jarvis at first base. The batter will be Zachary Frost, but first a timeout from the Grizzlies dugout. Just underway in this Underclass Division pool game. And Frost up there trying to bunt. It's a good bunt on the third base side. The throw will be to first base and not nearly in time. And so Frost with the first two aboard by way of free passes. Bunts for a base hit. Rinaldi to third, Jarvis to second, Frost at first to load the bases for Evans Pressure Elite in the top of the first inning. And the batter is Robert Stinson. Stinson ready and takes the first pitch near the outside corner, a strike. Herrera, the right-hander, ready, and the next one on the way. And a ground ball pushed over on the first base side, diving stop. The only play is going to be to first, and not in time. Pitcher a little bit slow to get over to cover. So a run in here for Evans Pressure Elite as they get one in the top of the first inning. The bases remain loaded. And I think that's going to have to go as an infield base hit for Stinson. He gets the RBI, and the batter is Alex Papa. And the first pitch is high for ball one. Now the set and the pitch. That's off the end of the bat and caught and a tag of the runner, and that'll be a double play. So the Grizzlies turn and an orthodox double play there, but they'll take it any way they can get it. A soft line drive to the third baseman, Ryan Brady. And then the runner at third base, Jarvis, too far off the bag, and he is doubled up. Of course, the runners are told that you want to see any sort of a line drive get through the infield, but too far off the bag there. And Brady able to tap. Jarvis going back to the bag, and it's a much-needed double play. First one to Graves is over for a strike. And the 0-1. And this is inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Defensively for the Grizzlies, it's Cole Lane in left field, Markel Lucas in center field, and Jalen Shaw in right. Ryan Brady, as I mentioned, at third base, the shortstop Trevor Dorn. As that one misses for a ball, 2-1. Logan Stadler's at second base. Go Thomas plays first. And the catcher Ben Kozik as he catches Marty Herrera. A run for Evans Pressure Elite in the top of the first inning. Lost a base runner on a line drive double play. As the next one is low and in, it is 3-1. They've still got runners at first and second with 2 outs and a run in the top of the first inning. Now Herrera with the set of the 3-1. And he misses high for ball 4. Walks his third hitter of the inning. He's given up a couple of base hits as well, albeit not a ball out of the infield, a bunt base hit, and then an infield single. And now Frausto bats with the bases loaded. And that ball pushed over to the first base side, picked up by Thomas. He'll tap the bag, and the Grizzlies may come out of this first inning with a bit of a sigh of relief. Bases loaded and nobody out. They allow just 1 run. And again, it is on a couple of base hits, and 3 runners are left on after a half inning of play. Evans Pressure Elite 1, and the Grizzlies coming up. And Grizzlies set to get started here in the bottom of the first inning as Trevor Dorn takes a strike. And the next one on the way, and that's a fastball that's high and away. And the next one on the way, that's going to miss away for a ball, and it's 2-1 to Dorn to get things started in the bottom of the first. Markel Lucas bats second for the Grizzlies as they bat 10 in the order. And that'll miss. I guess that first one was a ball, so it is a 4-pitch walk to get things going here in the bottom of the first inning. I beg your pardon. And a leadoff base runner for the Grizzlies. Dorn aboard at first for Markel Lucas. Now the set and the first one on the way is a fastball away to Lucas for ball 1. He had shortened a bunt, but maybe that's to try to shrink that strike zone as much as anything. And the next one on the way, that's low, and that's 6 in a row now out of the strike zone to get things started here in the first inning. And there's one on the outside corner, a strike, and it's 2-1. So again, it's Dorn and Lucas, then Thomas bats third, Ben Kozik, the catcher, is fourth. Michael Perzan is an extra hitter, he bats fifth. In the sixth spot is the third baseman, Ryan Brady. Hitting seventh is the left fielder, Cole Lane, as that's low and away, 3-1. Logan Stadler bats eighth, Jalen Shaw is ninth, and Ethan Paul, the DH, batting for the pitcher Herrera, is 10th. Big lead over at first. Runner takes off. It is ball four, and so throw is irrelevant at this point. So it's back-to-back walks for the Grizzlies. That's how the Evans Pressure Elite started the top of the first inning. And now a timeout for Evans Pressure Elite. We play in the bottom of the first inning, and the Grizzlies at bat trailing 1-0. And after the timeout, first ball hit back up the middle. That's into center field, a base hit. Runner's going to be waved initially and then held at third base, and actually loses his footing there. Slides in the grass outside of third base, did Dorn, but he is able to slam on the brakes and get himself back to the bag. So again, kind of mirroring the top of the first inning as the Grizzlies get two walks and now a base hit. They load the bases with nobody out. And the cleanup hitter coming up, and it's Ben Kozik. First one outside for ball one. And the Evans Pressure Elite squad load the bases in the top of the first inning. Got one run on an infield base hit with the bases loaded, but then couldn't do any more after that. A line drive double play and a ground out sandwiched around a walk ended the threat. Pitch over for a strike, evens the count at 1-1. And a grounder tapped foul wide of third, the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Another busy tournament here in the Southwest Woodbat Classics. Pitch just misses for a ball, and it's 2-2. Again, this is the 2016 MLK Classic. Tournament will wrap up tomorrow. And a breaking ball fouled off. Kozik gets just a piece to stay alive. Still 2-2, bases loaded, nobody out, bottom of the first inning. The Grizzlies down 1-0. And a swing and a miss. And a strikeout is the first out of the Grizzly first inning. It brings up Michael Perzan. Starting pitcher tonight for Evans Pressure Elite is Corey Vollmer, so he gets the first out. And this one by way of a strikeout. And that ball rolled over to the left side. Going to tag the runner there, but that's the only play. Boy, a lot of different things you can do as a third baseman on a ball hit to you like that, and that's probably about the third or fourth choice. They'll take the out, though, as Lucas runs into the tag for out number 2, but a run is in as Dorn scores to tie the game at 1. It's an RBI fielder's choice for Perzan, and he's aboard at first base. Thomas pushed to second. So now 2 on with 2 outs, a run in to tie the game at 1, and a breaking ball to Ryan Brady misses. 4-1. I guess the argument could be made the ball wasn't hit hard enough maybe to go home to first, or maybe not even to go around the horn second to first. As that pitch is a strike, but I think the decision is, if as a third baseman, if you get the ball and it isn't hard enough to get a double play, then you for sure want to try to get the lead runner, which would be the runner at the plate, to not give up the run. Throw down to third base, maybe a double steal there, and that is indeed successful. So now 2 in scoring position. And catcher shaking up a little bit here. We'll get a break while they look at Jake Jarvis. And back to work with Brady at the plate, now 2 in scoring position. And he takes a fastball. That's the final out, if that was in fact a called third strike. Yeah, I only had that as strike 2. That'd be 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now back to it. Everybody just kind of froze. He started to ring up the hitter and sort of stopped. No doubt there, though. There's a swing and a miss. And that is the final out in the first inning. So the Grizzlies managed just 1 after loading the bases to get it started. They get 1 run on 1 hit, and they leave 2 after an inning of play. It's 1-1. And we begin the top of the second inning. Ben Strang leads off. And he takes the first one inside for a ball. Strang, Schneidwinder, and Weremy, the 3 to bat in this inning. And the next one inside, and it's 2-0. Now Herrera with the next one on the way. And gets that one over for a strike and a breaking ball there, and it's 2-1. Now 2-2 on the Strang. Evans Pressure Elite looking for their first win in the tournament. They've gone 0-3 through pool play to this point. Yeah, that pitch over the outside corner, a called third strike, retires Strang. That's how the second inning gets going, and Will Schneidwinder will try to start it for Evans Pressure Elite. And the first one to Schneidwinder over for strike 1. And the next one lowered away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, that one's over for a strike. Clearly, Schneidwinder looking for something different than what he got from Herrera there. Guessing wrong. And there's a fly ball into left center field. That's playable out there. And put away by Lane for out number 2. First ball out of the infield for Evans Pressure Elite. And now the batter, Alex Weremy. And the first pitch high for a ball. Herrera with the 1-0 pitch. And a slow tapper on the right side. It'll be Stadler charging, picks it up, throws on the run, and it's in time at first base. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Evans Pressure Elite. After an inning and a half, it's still 1-1. Cole Lane starts things off at the bottom of the second. Takes a fastball high for a ball. Yeah, the next one a fastball high, and it's 2-0. Now 3 balls and no strikes. Stadler and Shaw follow for the Grizzlies in the bottom of the second. And that pitch called a strike. And Lane will head back. And that's ball 4. So Lane walks. Pitch later than he thought he was going to, but he heads to first base. And now the batter is Logan Stadler. The runner takes off as the ball goes to the backstop. And Lane works himself into scoring position. I mentioned Evans Pressure Elite 0-3 through their first 3 pool games. For the Grizzlies, they've gone 2-1. Bunt shown. And a pitch over for a strike. Now the set, the next one on the way, and that's a ground ball over to third base. Fielded there, throw across the diamond, and picked out on a nice play at first base by Papa. Runner able to move from second to third. That was Lane. And it's not Papa at first, it's Connor Woods. And 2 second basemen listed, or as far as positions in the lineup we got. And again, Evans Pressure Elite playing, hitting all 13 players. So Coach went ahead and gave us, I guess, the positions for everybody. So got a couple of first basemen and a couple of second basemen in the lineup as Jalen Shaw takes ball 1. So Lane's at third with 1 out. Bottom of the second inning, 1-1 our score. And a pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. And next pitch, a called strike, and it's 1-2. Fastball misses away, and they count 2-2. Pitch misses just outside to run the count full, 3-2. And the next one low and in, and that is ball 4. Second walk of the inning, 4th of the game, given up by Vollmer. Now will face Ethan Paul. Runner from first takes off, throw to second base, and that's in time. Runner thrown out, trying to steal second base. And Jarvis with a rocket to second base. So Shaw erased, trying to go from first to second. And now Ethan Paul will try to get the runner in from third with 2 outs. And a fly ball, shallow right, just into foul territory, and the catch is made. Another promising start to an inning ends for the Grizzlies. They do not score, and after 2 innings of play, it's still 1-1. Here's Corey Vollmer, the pitcher, to lead off the third. And he is hit by the pitch. Did what he could to get out of the way there, but not able to avoid it. And it's a leadoff base runner for Evans Pressure Elite in the top of the third. Now Connor Woods. Turn, throw over to first, and runner able to dive back. The pitch on the way, that's outside, bounces in the dirt, but not far enough for Vollmer to try to advance. And that ball hit back up the middle. Only play is going to be to first because the runner took off on the play. And by putting him in motion, that probably keeps Evans Pressure Elite out of a double play. Not for sure they would have been able to turn it, they being the Grizzlies, but this way for sure, the runner able to get to second base. So it goes as a 6-3 ground out. Woods the first out as Vollmer gets to second. Ben Kalick at the plate. First pitch misses for a ball. And another one down in the dirt, 2-0. One our score, top of the third inning, 1 on and 1 out for Evans Pressure Elite. And the 2-0 pitch. That's over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. That's a swing and a miss, and the count evens at 2-2. Look back to second, the pitch on the way, and that's a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Kalick strikes out, and that's out number 2. Now to the top of the order for Isaac Rinaldi, who walked and stole a base and scored a run back in the first. And that ball fouled straight back to the backstop, strike 1. Herrera with the set. He'll turn back to second, but no throw. And that ball punched into shallow left center field. Runner going to be waved around third base. The throw goes toward third, and it'll go as an infield base. Make it an RBI single, I beg your pardon. RBI base hit for Rinaldi. So good production out of the leadoff spot. I mentioned the walk and a steal plus a run in the first, and now an RBI single plates Vollmer, and Evans Pressure Elite leads the Grizzlies 2-1. The runner takes off, and they throw to second, not in time. Second stolen base for Rinaldi. The next one on the way, and that's hit well out to left center field. That's going to split the outfielders and go all the way to the fence. That'll bring in another run as Jarvis is on his way to third base. And he will stop there. It's an RBI triple. And it's 3-1. So Jarvis will come off for a courtesy runner. And it's Ben Kalick that will run at third base. RBI triple for Jarvis. Now Zachary Frost trying to get another one in as that first one bounces in for ball one. That pitch a strike, and it's 2-1. Another swing and a miss. Three to one our score, top of the third inning. And that ball fouled out of play down the right field side. Runner at third with 2 outs, 2 runs in the third to break a 1-1 tie in the pitch. And a line drive into left field. That's going to hang up enough for Lane to run under it and put it away to end the top of the third. But Evans Pressure Elite scores twice, and after 2.5 they lead 3-1. Ball pushed third base side to get things going in the bottom of the third, but it does end up foul. It's the top of the order for the Grizzlies in the bottom of the third. Trevor Dorn walked and scored his first time up. Back in there with a 1-strike count, takes a fastball low, and it's 1-1. So it's Dorn, Lucas, and Thomas for the Grizzlies in the bottom of the third. 3-1 our score. And the next one misses for a ball, 2-1. Evans Pressure Elite with a run on the top of the first inning. The Grizzlies answered right back in the bottom of the first with one of their own. And now Evans Pressure Elite with two in the top of the third. Fastball misses away, 3-1. A swing and a foul tip for a strike, and it's 3-2. And another swing and a foul tip into the glove, and that's a strikeout. Third strikeout for Vollmer. And now we'll face Markel Lucas. That bounces in, and that one got the umpire, I believe. Ball one to Lucas, who walked back in the first. Ball over on the third base side, picked up. Time to set the feet and throw, but the ball dropped over at first base. Papa not able to hang on to it, and so Lucas reaches on the error. And then ball bunted out, but not much of an attempt there for Thomas, and that's strike one. And that's bounced in. That gets the umpire. And it's ball two, and ball one, I beg your pardon. 1-1 the count as Lucas goes to second on the wild pitch. Pitch over the outside corner, a strike. It's 1-2 on Thomas. He had a base hit his first time up. Pitch away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss, and Thomas is out on strikes. Second out of the inning, strikeout number 4 for Corey Vollmer. And the batter is Ben Kozik. The runner takes off, pitches low and in. The throw down to third is not nearly in time. So still on base for Lucas. And a fastball up and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Kozik struck out his first time up, now trying to get that runner in from third with 2 outs in the inning. And the 2-0. That's a fastball over for a strike, and it's 2-1. The set, the 2-1 pitch. Just a little bit low, 3-1. And a ball fouled out of play, 3-2. A busy third day in this 2016 MLK Classic coming to an end. It's the final game of the day throughout the entire tournament. Most of the games being played here at Papago Park. And that pitch over a called third strike. So Vollmer gets 3 strikeouts in the bottom of the third inning. 1 runner reaches on at an error, and the runner left at third after 3 innings of play, still 3-1. Four, 5, and 6 in the order for Evans Pressure Elite in the fourth, as Robert Stinson takes ball 1. And another one misses, ball 2. Stinson with an infield base hit and an RBI back in the first inning. He was up there with the bases loaded and hit a ground ball over on the first base side that the first baseman Thomas had to go a ways to his right to get to. And Stinson beat Herrera on a race to the bag. And a pitch inside just about got him, but it's a ball 4. So either way, Stinson goes to first. Fourth walk surrendered by Marty Herrera, and also hit a batter. Turn, easy throw over to first, and Stinson is back. Alex Papa, the batter for Evans Pressure Elite. He lined into a double play his first time up. Ball bounced in there. That'll get Stinson to second base as the throw is late. I mentioned Evans Pressure Elite looking for their first win in pool play. They lost to Hit Dog from Minnesota 12-0. Then to the Wiley Chiefs U16 squad again 12-0. They lost their their most recent pool game earlier today to Arizona Pro Gray. That was a 9-4 final. Swinging a foul ball. And if you're Evans Pressure Elite, of course, you're thinking about trying to build on the fact that although you were shut out in the first couple of games, you get 4 runs in Game 3, and now they've jumped down to a 3-1 lead here in the fourth inning. And that ball bounced in there, trickles away. Stinson tries for third. He got a late break and is thrown out by a bit over there at third. No reason to take off there. Stinson would have had a chance to get there, but again, as he made that break, he hesitated and then started up again and was thrown out by Kozik. So Papa walks. And now he's a 1-out base runner. The batter is Nick Graves. Graves had to walk his first time up. First one outside and low for ball 1. I mentioned this is the last game here on this Sunday night, day 3 of a 4-day tournament. swing and a miss for a strike, and it's 1-1. Here at Papago Park, kind of the sort of tournament central for this 2016 MLK Classic put on by Southwest Woodbat Classics. Pitch is low, 2-1. Tournament also using some of the area high schools, but again, most of the things going on here, it's a 4-field complex here at Papago Park, but this is the only field with lights, and so obviously this is the only one that could still be going. Everything else wrapped up on the previous time slot, which was around 3:15. The other thing to sort of contend with so far this weekend, as Ken goes to 2-2 on Graves, is the fact that there was a big event going on here in town, which kind of adjusted things for traffic and entrance into the park. And then they did also have to contend with a little bit of frost, which got some games started late yesterday, and they were anticipating the same thing again this morning. So this game scheduled for 5:30 didn't get started until 6:22. And a pitch misses for ball 4. So the third walk of the inning. And now that's an even bigger play to have Stinson thrown out trying to go to third base on a ball that initially bounced in the dirt on the way to the catcher. So 2 aboard with 1 out, and we get a timeout. Playing in the top of the 4th inning, Evans Pressure Elite leads the Grizzlies 3-1. Pitching change for the Grizzlies. Frausto got a bunt. Sends it to the new pitcher, who from his back pocket fields and throws to third base rather, to get that lead runner. So Ethan Paul is on to pitch for the Grizzlies. He gets a ball bunted back to him. He slips and ends up on the grass, but is able to throw over to third base to retire Papa. So a 1-5 put out. And now 2 aboard with 2 outs for Ben Strang. And the first pitch high for ball 1. Strang called it on strikes his first time up. Next pitch low, and it's 2-0. And another one misses. 3 balls and no strikes. Marty Herrera responsible for the 2 runners aboard. Went 3 1/3 innings for the Grizzlies. And that pitch over for a strike, and it's 3-1. Herrera allowed 4 hits, 6 walks, a hit batter, and he struck out 2. And that pitch over for a strike, and it's 3-2. So the runners will get a chance to take off here. 3-2 with 2 outs. Graves from second, Frausto from first. And the runners go, and the pitch is low, ball 4. First walk given up by Paul. The 4th walk of the inning, though, for Grizzly pitchers. And they're fortunate that they still have not allowed a run here in the inning. Paul works out of the wind. And the first pitch to Will Schneidwinder is low for ball one. Schneidwinder with a fly ball to left field his first time up. And a ground ball hit into the hole at short. Going to be a long throw to first base. But that is in time. Thomas with a long stretch. And Schneidwinder is thrown out 6-3 on the putout. And Evans Pressure Elite turned away in the fourth after 3.5. They still lead 3-1. Begin the bottom of the fourth inning. Michael Perzan leads off and takes high for ball one. Ryan Brady, Cole Lane will follow for the Grizzlies. Next pitch low, and it's 2-0. And a 2-0 pitch. Now 3 balls and no strikes. And it's a 4-pitch walk to start the bottom of the fourth inning. Here's a pitch over for a strike to Brady. Next one bounced in. Runner takes off. The throw to second base too high and would not have been in time. So a wild pitch moves the runner to second. I mentioned the Grizzlies 2-1 in pool play. They beat the Desert Mountain Wolves 8-5. They lost to Arizona Pro Gray 12-6, and they beat Blue Chip 14-6. And a high pop up. Going to stay in, maybe playable there, but not able to bring it in is the catcher Jarvis. A ball and 2 strikes on Brady with a runner at second. Nobody out bottom of the fourth inning, and the Grizzlies trailing 3-1. Off-speed pitch is high, and it's 2-2. And a fastball inside, and it's 3-2. And a pitch over the outside corner, a cold third strike, and I think Brady knew it as he kind of dips his head as he turns and makes his way back to the dugout. Now 1 on and 1 out for Cole Lane, who walked in the second. Look back to second base. The first pitch on the way, though, with a runner going, and there's nobody at third to cover. That's a good read there for the runner Perzan, and he steals third base. A new third baseman in there for Evans Pressure Elite is Nick Graves. He came crashing in as Lane had shortened up a bit. Graves came in, and then it was kind of a foot race between the runner Perzan and then the shortstop Frost trying to get from shortstop position over to third base to cover it. And that ball bunted foul. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at third and 1 out as we play in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Grizzlies trail it 3-1. And that ball shot down the first baseline, but foul. And the next one on the way from Volmer, and he goes to the breaking ball, and it's in the dirt, blocked there by Jarvis. Now the set, and the 2-2. And that's hit into right field. Now it's got to be foul, just a couple of feet wide of the right field line. And so we have a count that remains 2-2. Logan Stadler next for the Grizzlies. And a breaking ball over the outside corner, a called third strike, and Lane is turned away. And that's out number 2. Strikeout number 7 in the night for Corey Volmer. And now Stadler stands in. And a fastball over the outside corner, strike 1. Pitch misses for a ball, and it's 1-1. And that's going to go all the way to the backstop, and that'll bring a run in for the Grizzlies. They get 1, and they cut the deficit in half, now trailing 3-2. So the wild pitch brings in another run. It's 3-2 rather, as we play in the bottom of the 4th inning. And now Stadler will try to get it started again with the bases empty.
Okay, so at the end of this time, all the parents have their own file. So we're just gonna talk to everybody like 2 or 3 minutes, you know.
And the next one, a fastball, and the count goes to 3-1.
I want to have your whatever you said about it, okay? And they turn that into me, but the parents are just going to have to take notes. Now, if they want your exact copy of what's going on.
And that pitch will miss outside for ball 4.
We can send it to them later. But right now, I just want.
So Stadler walks, representing the tying run as he's aboard at first base, and the batter is Jalen Shaw.
What? You know, so if you want to, that part. But I'll just give you the sheet. You can transform that thing tomorrow.
Boy, a throw over to first, close there, and that was a big lead over there, and I don't know if Stadler got stuck between steps when the throw came that way, or he just had that, if he had that big of a lead over there. And that's going to bounce and go to the backstop, and another wild pitch moves a runner into scoring position. Shaw had squared to bunt. We've seen that quite a bit from the Grizzlies here in the last couple of innings, trying to affect Volmer's control.
Okay, well, I'll look forward to see you tomorrow. Okay. All right, bye-bye.
Tying run at second base, playing in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Grizzlies trailing 3-2.
I didn't. I've been.
Pitch outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Okay. So, what were you asking about? What I was.
And that pitch is strike, and it's 2-1.
So, I'm going to be probably out of here about 8.
Now the set. Check back to second base. And a pitch. And that's a fastball over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 2-2.
I don't want to go on this. So I think I'm going to leave here.
And Volmer steps off.
So they could be home a little bit after 8.
Fastball misses outside, and it's 3-2. If Shaw reaches, Ethan Paul will bat next for the Grizzlies. Now the set and the 3-2, nowhere close. That one goes all the way to the backstop, and they're going to send that runner around and try to get him to second base. The throw high, not going to be close to the mark. They forced the throw from Jarvis, and that will bring in the run. So Stadler goes to third on the wild pitch, which was also ball 4 to Shaw. And he never slows down, going around first on his way to second base to draw the throw. When it goes down towards second, Stadler comes in to score. And so the Grizzlies have pushed 2 across here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and they've tied the game at 3. And now it's Shaw that's in scoring position with 2 outs for Ethan Paul. But first time is called. And the first one to Paul over for a strike. Ethan hit a fly ball that was caught in foul territory down the right field line. Back in the second. Runner goes, and the ball cute foul first base side. So Evans pressure elite with a run in the first and 2 in the third. Now the Grizzlies with 1 in the first, and they have scored twice in the fourth. The go-ahead run at second base. And they'll look back to second from Volmer. And the 0-2. And a swing and a ball that's bounced into the ground there, and a throw on to first base is in time, and that will end the bottom of the fourth for the Grizzlies. It's a strikeout, 2-3 put out of Paul. But the Grizzlies score a couple of times in the bottom of the 4th inning. They do it without a base hit. There were 3 walks in the inning, and then a couple of wild pitches as well. And after 4 innings of play, we're tied at 3. Alex Weremy leads off, and going after that first one, fouls it wide of the bag at first, and he's down a strike. Weremy grounded out to end the second inning, and now he starts the 5th for Evans Pressure Elite. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-2. And the 2-strike pitch. A breaking ball inside, 1-2. Volmer and Woods scheduled to follow for Evans Pressure Elite in the 5th. And that's a called 3rd strike. So So Ware made the first out of the inning. First strikeout for Ethan Paul. And the batter is Corey Vollmer. Vollmer hit by a pitch. And he scored back in the third. A swing and a foul tip for strike one. So Marty Herrera, the starter for the Grizzlies, off the hook now that the Grizzlies got two in the top of the fourth inning. His final line then 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits allowed, 3 runs all earned, 6 walks, 2 strikeouts. He hit a batter. The 1 strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-2. And the next pitch bounced in, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty, top of the 5th inning, 3-3 ball game. In the final pool game for each of these teams in the Underclass division of the 2016 MLK Classic. Breaking ball bounced in there, 2-2. Still 1 more day of tournament play tomorrow. There'll be some bracket play for some of the teams that either won their pool or in some cases finished high enough to qualify to get into the bracket. It's different for each of the age levels based on the number of teams participating. And then those teams that didn't get into the championship bracket will play a matchup game to finish up their tournament play. Here's Paul back to the wind, another 2-2 pitch. And that'll bounce in there, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Evans Pressure Elite trying to get the offense cranked back up again. They've left 7 runners on through the first 4 innings. Now 1 out here in the 5th, and time called. This is the first of a whole slew of tournaments put on by Southwest Woodbat Classics as they continue to increase their tournament catalog or portfolio, I guess. I don't know. It's big quantity, though, as that ball caught just on the edge of the outfield grass for out number 2 as Vollmer is retired, and the batter is Connor Woods. Woods a 4-3 ground out. His first time up, healthy cut there, but he can't catch up, and it's strike 1. Yeah, Paul steps off. Yeah, that pitch over the outer half of the plate is striking. It's 0-2. Yeah, it's off the end of the bat and into right field, a base hit. So a 2-strike single from Connor Woods extends the inning for Evans Pressure Elite, and the batter is Ben Kalick. Three our score, top of the 5th inning. Throw to first and the runner back. Crisp, cool night here in Phoenix, at least for Phoenix weather. I mean, it's middle of January, but chilly for us anyway, as first one missed for a ball. Runner at first and 2 down in the 5th. Man, that pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Kellick with a swinging strikeout in the 3rd inning. Yeah, easy throw to first again. No tag even applied this time as Woods easily gets back. Next pitch is low, and it's 2-1. Leadoff hitter Isaac Rinaldi on deck for Evans Pressure Elite. See if he gets a chance to hit here or if he'll be the leadoff hitter in the 6th. Runner takes off, and a swing and a miss. And throw down, not going to be in time. It bounced and got past, but Woods will stay put. And now they're going to, umpire's going to call the final out here, and that's going to end the 5th inning. So Evans Pressure Elite is done in the top of the 5th, and after 4.5, it's still 3-3. First pitch to Trevor Dorn, low for a ball. The next one misses, and it's 2-0. Dorn with a walk and a strikeout. And 2 plate appearances tonight. Now 3 balls and no strikes. New pitcher in there for Evans Pressure Elite as Volmer's day is done. Ben Kalick is on in relief. And it's a 4-pitch walk to get things started in the bottom of the 5th inning, and it brings up Markel Lucas. And ball bunted third base side, but foul, and that's strike 1. Corey Volmer goes 4 innings for Evans Pressure Elite, allowed just 1 base hit. That throw went over there to first base, and that hit the helmet of the base runner Dorn. And now I'll check to make sure he's okay. But 1 hit allowed for Volmer, 3 runs though, and all 3 are earned. He walked 7 and struck out 8. Lucas with a walk in the 1st. He reached on an error in the 3rd. Bunts again and bunts it foul once more. Three our score, bottom of the 5th inning, and we're starting to get close to the time limit. I believe I heard the plate umpire tell the teams between innings that they had 10 minutes left on the clock. Turn, throw to first, and this one a little bit high and wide. And a balk called as that ball is fouled out of play, so no pitch. It'll be a balk, and it'll move Dorn to second base. And that was Kalick not pausing out there, I believe. I think that's the reason for the balk call. And a breaking ball high, and the count 1-2. And the next one low and away. Go ahead run in scoring position at second base for the Grizzlies. And that ball hit well, and that's getting it over the head of the center fielder, Rinaldi. Not going to quite make it to the warning track, but it's going to be a triple and an RBI for Lucas. And the Grizzlies go up 4-3. So Lucas gets that one over the head of Rinaldi, and Dorn scores easily from second. Now Lucas at third with nobody out for Thomas. Infield comes in for Evans Pressure Elite, trying to cut off another run at the plate. That bounces, trickles away. Going to be close at the plate, but not in time. And Lucas scores on a wild pitch. It's a 2-run fifth inning for the Grizzlies. They lead 5-3. Thomas will try to start things up here. Inside out a little bit on the swing there, and a ball down the left field line. It's a fair ball as it bounces on the line. Now it goes out of play. And the batter Thomas will stay at second. It's a double. Now the catcher, Ben Kozik, will bat. Great start to the inning here for the Grizzlies. A walk, a balk, an RBI triple, a wild pitch, and then a double. And going to get batter interference, I believe, as Kozik is called out. And Thomas has to return to second base. Now Michael Perzan. Turn back to second, but no throw. 5-3 our score. Grizzlies lead it, trying to get to 3-1 in pool play. Ball fouled off for strike one. Pitch a ball, and it's 1-1. Ball popped up into foul territory. That one's playable, and that's caught by Jarvis for out number 2. And Grizzlies trying to burn a little extra time here. It looks as though each of these teams' games for tomorrow are already set. There's a ground ball off the third baseman into shallow left field, and then the ball gets past the left fielder. And that's going to bring in a run as Stinson couldn't corral it down the left field line. Thomas comes in to score. And that's going to be the ball game as we hit the time limit. It's a 3-run bottom of the 5th inning for the Grizzlies, and they win it by a final score of 6-3. Again, they get 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning, and that will be the ball game because of the time limit and the fact that I guess either way, even if they had been, I guess, in a tie, they would have continued going at least until the bottom of the 5th inning was finished. But the fact that the Grizzlies were able to break the tie early in the bottom of the 5th, once we hit the time limit, that ends the ball game. So, again, our final score, Grizzlies defeat Evans Pressure Elite by a final score of 6-3. Grizzlies go to 3-1 in pool play. They will face Pioneer Baseball 16U tomorrow morning, and the Evans Pressure Elite fall to 0-4. They'll face Baseball Express back here at Papago Baseball Complex tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. So that'll do it. Again, the final, Grizzlies 6, Evans Pressure Elite 3 from Papago Park in Phoenix. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long, and we'll talk to you again soon.